Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do an update on our second term of our 7th year of homeschooling. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Shardae. I'm a homeschool mom to 5 children, 5. Their ages are 9, 6, 4, and then my twins are going to be 2 in 2 months. So, yeah, we've definitely had a a lot going on. The kids are in a lot of activities. I found a like a social homeschool group that we just meet once a week on Mondays at the park, and we are really enjoying the consistency of people we see. And it's also created an additional community because if there's other events, we share it with each other in the WhatsApp group chat, and sometimes we're all there, so it definitely relieves like some angst of like, who am I gonna know? Are we going to mesh with people? Are these our people? But usually our people somebody in the group will show up, and that's just been great. And I've also been kind of tapped into more of what's going on in the homeschooling community in our area. So that's been very refreshing, and I feel like has given me a little bit of a little know-how, a little more confidence, because I also have like a support. And so that's been great. And this is probably going to be pretty short because y'all, it's a lot going on. I have not put out a schedule, like shared our schedule with you guys, because it's taken us really this long to figure one out. With the new language arts curriculum that we're using, it does take up a lot of time. So I was trying to figure out how can we incorporate this into our day without it being overwhelming, because I was trying to get done every single thing on the lesson plans, and that's just not feasible for us. So I talked to one of the other homeschool moms in our social group. She actually was an English teacher, and she was just basically saying that nothing new is ever presented each year. The only thing that changes is the level of reading. So my goal for this year is to be honest, grammar is not taking us a long time, spelling is not taking us a long time, the reading is not taking us a long time, it's the writing. And so to be honest, I would rather her know how to form a well-written paragraph, how to form compound sentences, like predicate subjects. Like, I would rather her know that well and to form it in a paragraph. And like, of course there's like poems, there's essays and things of that nature. So if there's 6 themes each, and then there's like 6 stories in each theme, sometimes it's just like 5, but if I can get through, the goal would be to get through 3 themes. If I could get through 3 themes, that would be great, because then the following year I would just bump her up to the 4th grade, right? I would bump her up to the 4th grade, possibly even the 5th grade, but do the 2nd theme. And so what that does for me is it allows me to really focus on giving her what she needs, as opposed to like, we're going to finish all of this and she not grasp anything. I'd rather her grasp something. This is for my 9-year-old. And then also, because it is a curriculum that's built for a multi-grade classroom, multi-level classroom, I would just include my son. No, that probably wouldn't work, because he would still need to be like on the 1st level, because it does build. And so I want to make sure that I'm not leaving him out. Like, he would probably miss like how to form a sentence. Like, that's how he's in the 1st grade. So and by that time, so he'll be 2nd grade by the next year, when we would start the themes 4, 5, and 6 for my daughter. He would be on theme 1 for 1st grade, which isn't bad, because then she could get a review. But I would like for them to be on the same theme. So I might even wait until he's in the 3rd grade. Like, he would still read, but I wouldn't start any of the like formal grammar and stuff. And his phonics curriculum does go over a little bit of grammar and a little bit of sentence formation, things of that nature, but this just does not go into depth. It is not a language arts curriculum. It is strictly phonics. And so he wouldn't be missing out on anything, because he would then be 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th for the curriculum that I do have. So that's just something to think about. But anyway, back to the schedule. Just trying to incorporate that schedule, because also the twins are home with us. They are very active. And so what I've decided to do is to just make my mornings focused on them. And, you know, we're usually out. So from breakfast until lunch, we're out. They come and take a nap. Benjamin comes to take a nap. Sometimes I can fit in a little reading lesson with him, with Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons. But I do want to become more consistent with it. Like the first 6 weeks, we were so consistent. He was making strides. And then now that we're not as consistent, it's taking us like 2 or 3 times per lesson, or we're doing half a lesson in order to, you know, like just accommodate him being 4, his rambunctiousness. But doing a half a lesson does not bother me as much as having to repeat a lesson. I don't know if that makes any sense, but there's a place in each lesson where you do letter sounds, you do a couple of tasks, and then you go back and review the letter sounds. If we make it back to the letter sounds, I'll say, make it to the 2nd round of letter sound practice, I'll say, do you want to keep going, or do you want to take a break? And if he says take a break, we take a break. If he wants to keep going, we keep going. But sometimes when the initial set of review, if he's not getting those letter sounds, we don't move on whatsoever. We just spend 5 minutes on the letter sounds and then he's off to play. But that is due to my inconsistency with reviewing with him. My goal is to, this 6 weeks coming up, not take a break, not even take weekends off, and see how far we get. But he's doing very well. He's on lesson 13. He's on lesson 13 with that. And yeah, that's all I have to say for Benjamin. We haven't been doing his cut and paste or his color and fold activities. So I definitely want to, what I was doing is after his nap, I would have them ready for him and have them out, but we're just moving so fast paced that I haven't been able to pull those out. And so things just kind of, by the time he wakes up for his nap, I'm either still doing school with the other kids or I'm starting dinner. So that's just where we are with that. But he's doing well with reading. He already knows his numbers, letters. He already knows his numbers, colors, and shapes. And so what more can you ask for from a pre-K-er? So we're just focusing on reading. So then when it comes to my 6-year-old who's in the 1st grade, he's doing great. He is still in the from phonics to reading level K, the yellow book. He's on lesson 17 and we've just been making strides. We've been doing a lesson per day, and yeah, he's just working through that. His math is going great. We've kind of been going back and forth between Apologia, math level 1, and addition math facts at stick. So he's on week 2 of that, but with Apologia, he's mastered adding, he's mastered subtraction with adding with numbers 10 and less, subtraction with numbers 10 and less, and now he's moving on to addition with numbers 20 and up to number 20. So yeah, I think we might take a break from that and move on to just doing a week of review with addition facts at stick, and also the games that comes with Apologia's review. He seems to really like that, and he is really loving the games, and so I think that has been super helpful with his math facts. When it comes to my daughter and her language arts, I probably need to make a whole nother separate video because you guys have no idea what I'm probably talking about. But the lessons come with a pace and a, what you want to call it, a teacher's guide. And so then I was trying to get it all done, and it's just not going to happen. We don't have enough time for that. So what we're doing is she's doing from phonics to reading, the blue book. Yes, phonics to reading, the blue book. She's actually on lesson 9. Then she's also doing her vocabulary, and I'll make sure to link my what am I using. I'm not trying to give you guys a finger. What am I using with my kids? She's also doing her vocabulary from Sadly Your Vocabulary Workshop. Fun fact, I used to use that when I was in school, and I found it very helpful with my retention of words and my ability, my vernacular. So I figured, why not just use that with her as well. And then what else are we doing? Oh, math. So like we do 2 days of that every other day, and then we do 2 days of her language arts, which now that makes us finish, instead of 1 week for each lesson, it's taking us 2, which again I said is okay because it's the writing that is taking us some time. But, you know, hey, we have a schedule that we can work on, or we have like a time where it's like crunch time, the twins, like when they take a nap, that's when we're like really into school. And so I had to break it up that way. And she's doing math every day. So she is working on multiplication. And yeah, that's it. As for history, we have not done, but I did get the books from the library. And hopefully we can start that today. Oh, just so y'all know, this is 2 weeks into our 3rd term. So this is how late this video is. And then we haven't started science because I realized I didn't order the thing from Nature's Workshop, the package. And so I just didn't want to be out here trying to get little things for each activity. But we are starting science in our 4th term, and I'm pretty sure we can get some headway because we only do history for 6 weeks, and then we only focus on science for 6 weeks. So that doesn't bother me, and plus we're not on a time crunch. We have 12 years to do science. So that is it for everything going into my home. Oh, another thing. So I've been feeling not super bad, but questioning like how am I doing like a good job, because we haven't even been doing social emotional, we haven't been doing Bible, we only do Bible on Fridays. Previous years we were doing it every single day, we were having worship, we were doing like some type of enrichment, and I don't know, I guess because we've just been out in the mornings, we haven't had the time for that. So I do leave Fridays for Bible, social emotional, and whatever, either science or history. But yeah, we haven't been doing all those little fun activities and all of that jazz. We've mostly been out. And so yeah, that's my truth. Another thing is, y'all, I've just been so busy with seminary. On the week off, it actually was helpful because I had to do 2 papers. One was an exegetical analysis, and then the other was a paper on chaplaincy and trauma, or trauma and chaplaincy, and just how we can be well-informed practitioners. And it's just been very eye-opening on how some pastors or clergy are not ready for healing in those areas, or are not trained in healing in those areas. And so if you don't know, like my bachelor's is in math, my master's is in guidance counseling, and so I was only like 3 classes away from actually becoming a certified counselor. And now just me walking into this road of being a pastor, it all makes sense, but it's just making sure that I am ready for who will come into my congregation, and that's been eye-opening. And I've also been working on So I'm taking New Testament, I'm taking Chapel C, and I'm also taking theology. Theology is really taking me for a loop because it's a lot of thoughts about God, and I have experiences with God, and so trying to match those with what people are thinking and just seeing how those theologies are playing out into the world and into our congregations, into our churches. It's very eye-opening because like I learned last semester, we're all living out someone else's theology, and so that's been pretty interesting. I'd love to share more with y'all about that, but then it's like not everybody is like in that mode, so I'll just leave it at that we are all living out someone else's theology. And in this time, we as a people really need to anchor ourselves in the Lord and in the Word, because it is perilous times coming. Is that the word I want to use? Perilous. It is. We're just gonna have a time, and we need to be rooted in love, established in love, and just knowing who we are is going to make all the difference in the times that are coming. So in all things, give thanks. And yeah, that's my update. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Think about subscribing to my channel. Don't forget to drink your water and repent. And God loves you. Bye.